a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Buccaneers 20, Saints 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice.
And now Watson throws another interception. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about. They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's good for a Saints. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bucs' 37-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Fields. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught at the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Saints.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Again, it's Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 37 yards. And the Saints are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Levante David. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, in whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Down to about the 45. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, it's Fournette. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. He completes it to Evans. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Fields. Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Buccaneers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Watson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 15. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He finds his man. Complete. That's man. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. He finds his man. Complete. It's man. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And Watson has enough for the 1st down yardage as he slides to the turf. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To the sideline, and that is a heck
Heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Watson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now third and goal. To throw is Watson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still not big. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? Well, you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
This is caught by Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Fournette, a first down carry.
Taken down by Pete Werner. The partner under the lights in prime time. This offense, they gave the...
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't.